Hey, Ram. Yeah, Final Fantasy has been eating up a lot of my attention, with good reason. It's a very fun game, and on YouTube at the very least, it's a much more popular game, I gotta say. Plus, I don't know what it is, but StarCraft viewers, every damn one of them runs ad block. And so there's no way to make money off of StarCraft videos unless you're like Husky. And it's like, my motivation's not money, but if I'm going to commit this much time to it, it's got to be in some way justifiable, you know? Just about set. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get this going. Gonna start with a real quick AI warm-up. And then I'm gonna try something kind of new for the rest of my warm-up that I think will be really fun.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Love how actually, if anything, play faster after a nice long break. The accuracy's down a little bit though, pretty much every time that occurs. Certainly up from where it was a year or two ago though. Looks like my game audio is a little high.
We require more.
Okay.
Minerals.
That sounds a little better.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require.
You know, actually, now that I think about it, I think certain music's bad for my commentary. Like, I just want to listen to this. I don't want to talk. And I certainly don't want to talk over such great music. I think if it has vocals, and if it has vocals that I like to listen to, I just don't really want to do commentary at all. It's just unavoidable. But we'll actually be switching this off here after this AI practice game for the YouTube video I'm about to record. But it'll basically just be like I'm streaming, but it'll be different. Only it won't be. Confused yet? I am. Oh! I do not feel rusty, at least not early on. Fantastic! Very loose, very comfortable. First mistake. Come on, where's that Overlord? Alright, that's good enough. Let's get to a live game. Whoops, sorry. Fixing now. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, there we go. Now I'm actually playing StarCraft, rather than lying to you right to your face. Alright, so I'm gonna do a few things here. I'm gonna turn off the funky stuff just for this portion, because a lot of people like to see those selections. We're going to try something a little different. Which means we'll need some game music, because otherwise I'm going to have the same problem I always have. And turn it down to about there. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Alright, we're ready to queue up. Alright, anyone tuning in on YouTube or just anyone watching the stream, this is going to be something a little different here. I've started to have a really structured warm-up process, especially when I have a long period of time off. And with all the Final Fantasy I've been playing lately, that's been fairly common. So, queued up nice and fast, that's good. What I'm going to be doing here is actually casting just like I do when I stream these days. I started getting really consistent with just live casting as I play. But this time I'm going to do it specifically focusing on how we can improve warming up after a break, and just in general trying to find areas that I'm needing improvement on. Despite playing quite a bit less lately, I want this to be something where I'm still improving as a player, whether I'm playing once a week or 5 times a week. I want it to be something where I'm constantly learning from my mistakes. And so some of this is just for posterity's sake. Some of this is to say, well, if the recording's on YouTube, people are going to keep me honest, and people are going to be able to keep an eye on how my development occurs, and I myself can watch this as well. But the other reason is it just seems like a fun concept. So we're going to look at the first couple games of my warm-up, and those are actually going to be the biggest opportunities for a learning experience we're going to be able to get, probably, because we're going to see me certainly a little bit rusty, but we're guaranteed to see me with a fresh state of mind. That's the really cool thing about this, is there's no tilt or anything like that coming into this, and we're going to be able to see just an objective look at the gameplay, beyond the fact that, obviously there's going to be a bit of rust, but these days I've really started to eliminate that. So it'll be fun. The music is StarCraft music, because I had very consistent complaints that people in Europe couldn't view my videos because of the music causing it to lock out. So there's that, but I will switch it back to non-StarCraft music after this little segment is over, and then that's just going to be back to the stream, but I'll still make sure to upload it for those who can watch. Also, I'm not going to lie, it would be nice to at least get a little bit from advertising, even though it's all going to be all of about 50 cents probably per video. Alright, so we're doing 11 over pool 12 gas. I was yakking a bit too much, and I dropped my gas at about 50 rather than 25. So that's not going to quite be the perfect 3-minute 12-second metabolic that I like to see, but we can make that work for us. So we use ZVZ, not my favorite warm-up matchup. Sometimes it can go long enough that you get some good warm-up out of it, but other times it's just very abrupt. Build order, win or loss, things like that. But nevertheless, we'll play to the best of our ability. And one nice thing about this matchup is it does certainly test our micro, and in that regard it's a good warm-up. So it's also a really good measuring stick for whether you're actually warmed up. Yeah, that metabolic's really late. So that's not my favorite situation, given we're on Akalon Waste. This is a map that really we're able to get a lot done if... Wrong matchup. We're able to get a lot done if we make sure to capitalize on that initial metabolic timing. And he is hatched first, so I'm still going to commit to Zerglings. I'm fairly certain of that. I'm going to go in and confirm. Oh, hello. 2 birds with 1 stone. May get it, probably won't. It just depends on how quickly he started those Zerglings. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah. So, this is a huge overreaction. That's it for my Zerglings. Very bizarre. Ah, shit. Shit. That's why he's doing it. I can't say I blame him. So this is, obviously something we can take away from this. Don't cast so damn much you forget your expand on a metabolic, or on a Speedling expand build. I can't say I blame him now that I know what he was basing that off of. I thought he had seen a hatch go down. We can still drone through this. We're going to have to start on gas a little sooner. We're going to actually just ignore him. That's not what we want. That's what we want. Generally, when someone opens like that, they're not going to be worth talking to. But yeah, that was a big screw-up, but I don't necessarily want him to know that. So, we'll go ahead and move forward with this the best we can. The nice thing about this is we are going to be a little bit safe, just because we haven't shown a natural until he had already committed to 2 spines. Ooh. Okay, so never mind. We're not going to be a little bit safe. We're going to cancel that. We're going to... Oh my god. So he was at like 95% when my Speedlings got by, and he just panicked. He would have actually probably panicked whether I dropped my... bizarre. Whether I dropped my hatchery or not. So here we go. We've got that larva advantage, and we've obviously got a drone advantage, but we've got a brief moment here where he's going to be a little bit dangerous. And we're going to need to start out queens, obviously, because we're going to probably lose one in the defense here. I would not be remotely surprised. He would have already arrived if he was not morphing banelings, so we're going to actually need to path these down and pre-split them. There we go. And just keep spamming out speedlings, buy some time for these queens. Okay, so he does actually want to expand. That's really surprising. There we go. That's what I needed. So, huge macro here. I can't, I probably don't need to say it, but we are way ahead right now. This is just a comedy of errors between both of us, and I just happen to have the more profitable error. So, yeah. I mean, that's just, I guess, kind of the real kicker with any time you're playing a game and you've realized you're in a circumstance where you could either go all in and cross your fingers or just macro and wait for your opponent to make a mistake. I find oftentimes, depending on your opponent, you're often better to macro and wait for that opponent's mistake. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and there's a few things at work here. We're going to, yeah, start it down there, I guess. We're going to start our layer. We're also going to double Evo because we just hit a supply block. The talk and play at the same time I do find is one thing that takes a little warming up into again, especially if I'm really focusing on it. So ZVZ, I've started kind of giving myself a bit of liberty to get a little bit quiet on because it's so micro-intensive. So it's probably going to happen here soon. I apologize for that. But there's also going to be post-game analysis for each one of these. So, all right, so we're basically going 1-1, while at the same time going ahead and moving into a later than usual muta. Because we basically want to spook him out of a third. And, whoa, spook him into making all those. Holy crap. Never mind. He's already done it. While grabbing very slow mutatech, but as long as we're forcing banelings, we're going to be ahead on the muta count still. Because optimally, I don't want to make any more banelings the rest of this game. Unless he secures a third. If he secures a third, then sure. Alright. So I'm just kind of tossing these in one at a time, just keeping him honest on his baneling micro. That's about it. Nothing too special going on there. I feel like I'm short on gas. There we go. A little bit of a misclick there. Okay, so now we know his layer timing. That Zergling definitely paid for itself. I was hoping to get a baneling up the ramp, but that didn't happen. There we go. Let's go for 2. Alright. So, not bad so far. I'm generally just kind of feeling like if we just play this out into 3 base muta, more banelings. Good lord. Okay. Apparently my MMR on Unranked has dropped a little bit since I last played. Well, I don't want to necessarily discredit my opponent, but you get the idea. You just generally don't see this at the MMR I was at before I took a break. So yeah, we're basically taking the third to say your move, and there it is. Okay, so now we know his move. We know we're on 1-1. We know he's probably not based on the banelings we saw. So we can pretty much say, okay, if you deny that third, then you're in a lot of trouble because then the mutas are going to do their work. If you don't deny that third, then you're in a lot of trouble because then we're going to be on 3 base muta, and even if you beat me to muta, which you won't because I saw his layer timing, we're going to be able to deny with this 1-1 lay. I can guarantee that. And that's the point. We're 6 gas versus 4. And we are happy campers. So +1 melee, that's the point I'll go ahead and start getting aggressive, even though the carapace hasn't finished yet. Based on the... yeah, I'm going to clean those lings up and then move out. Got to do a little pullback here. Based on the... okay, yeah, based on kind of the posture he was taking, I'm pretty sure he basically read that I was on a fraction of the drones that I was on when he hit his aggression. We're going to watch that replay real quick. I don't know if there's too terribly much we can take away from it, but he was Master League. I don't know. It was a warm-up game for both of us. I'm not sure. Typically, you wouldn't see such a huge overreaction to 2 lings. Okay, so... we're going to move pretty quick here. The biggest thing we want to look at is, did we secure as much of a drone lead as we think we did, and I'm really, really certain of that. And then the second thing is, at the time that we took our third, had we both just cranked out mutas and my third gone down, would we have been as far ahead as I'm pretty sure we would have been? We'll just say that. Alright, 22 drones. What the frick was that? Don't want to swear on YouTube. 26 drones. Good lord. I may be overdrone. I did overdrone. 22 out of 24. I mean, I like that I had such a strong transfer, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I held just fine. Yeah. 4 Banes and 13 Zerglings versus 4 Banes and 16 Zerglings. I really don't mind those odds, given that my Nat finished and I've got a lot more Zerglings on the way comparatively. Yeah, not bad. It's very, very weird play. Very weird play on his part to cancel that just from 2 Zerglings, especially when he was starting 2 Spines. So yeah, he gives away all these Zerglings for free. That's the part that kind of confuses me. Like, why would he read that I had been all in with my, well, all in with my hold? That's a weird thing to say. When he saw my drone count and he saw all these drones transferring over, I'm not sure. I'm not going to overthink this game. So let's cruise through it because I want to get on to the next game. And if it's on 8 speed and lagging a little bit, sorry about that, guys. So we're ahead on Zerglings. He's recovering on drones. Let's make this a little easier to read. But by this point, now we're back into Zerglings again, because we're about to hit the drone count that we can start supporting 1-1 Ling. And then he's going to pull further ahead on drones here. But that's what allows me to deny his third so easily, while keeping mine. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't necessarily know that there's too much here that could have gone poorly, especially because our Spire's quicker and we have equal gas, give or take. I mean, the fact that we eked out equal gas and a 1-1 Ling advantage, that right there says that we probably won the game. It's really hard for a Zerg player to come back from that. Alright, next game. I don't feel like that was necessarily too much of a warm-up, so we're going to go to another Unranked. And I'm going to Alt-Tab a second, so you might hear the music cut out. What's up, Vash? Good to see you, man. Do I have this on window? No. It's supposed to be on full screen for the hooking I'm using. So I'll probably do, as long as I don't get a ZVZ this next matchup, I'll probably do one more warm-up and then I'm going to jump right onto ladder. Because I do want to speed that up a little bit. I don't want to need to spend 5-6 games on Unranked before I'm able to jump into ladder. It feels like that's just, especially if I'm not playing as frequently, going to be not very productive. Because I spend too many times in weird games like that that really just aren't representative of the MMR I'm at. APM actually went up over my break. It's kind of cute. Oh, this is the same opponent. Well, that's unfortunate. The funny thing about this is now I'm going to actually do my build properly, and he won't overreact, at which point I will probably hit the speedling timing. But he sees the natural. Oh, this could be a really quick game. I'm thinking if he metagames me, you know, if he sees this and goes, oh, okay, I know what he's going to do. He's going to drone through this. Then we're actually going to hit a speedling timing that he's trying to drone through because he predicts we're droning. We'll see. Like I said, I really shouldn't overthink it, but it's going to be kind of cute if that happens. Like, hey, my mistake just totally won me the follow-up game, because mistakes are good if you're lucky enough. I really did get lucky that last game. Had he not canceled that hatch out of my house behind. Alright. So, nothing too special going on here. 2 consecutive ZVZs. You pretty much know what I'm going to do, especially on a 2-base map. Nothing changes. One big thing's going to change. I'm going to watch my minerals like a hawk. That's the most important thing when doing this build. And we'll pull a little early, because I see those bouncing back just in time. Excellent. So that's going to be very quick. Stacking's looking nice. This is a 4-stack map, so We're getting the best possible mineral income we can for this stage of the game, which means it's very realistic to say we'll have a metabolic starting at 312. Ooh. Lost probably one trip there. That already tells me probably 313. Those little details, super, super important with 11 Everpool. In any matchup, but in this matchup particularly. Minerals coming up about right for where they should be, so we might still get 312. We'll see. It's like the most exciting part of this open. Like, can we match a 14-14 with 5 more Zerglings? Only time will tell. I've actually never heard the Heart of the Swarm Zerg music, but I listened to it on YouTube. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why am I so slow these days? What? I don't even know where that came from. I'm going to have to just watch the replay in that aspect, because I don't know where that delay came from. Like, that was so well stacked, and I was at most 4 gas behind on getting my gas saturated. Oop. Yeah, see, this is where you definitely see rust start to show itself. Get distracted by one mistake, and then you follow it up with another. Okay, there we go. He lets it finish. We're going to play this out properly. He knows what he's up against. Late metabolic or not, that's going to decide it. Ooh. Alright. So that's going to be it. We're going to drone, actually. Because if he's even making one spine with where his gas timing's at, I'm pretty comfortable just getting enough Zerglings just to punish him if 2 come crawling across the map. But beyond that, I'd rather just drone through this. I'll actually even get a second queen up. This is going to be a whole new world. I never get my second queen this early. Well, I do if I'm staying off gas, but not when I actually jumped on gas. Let's put it that way. Alright, so these guys are just going to be scouts. And more than likely, we're going to see a counterattack preparing on his part. I guess I never attacked, so it's not going to be a counter. You get the idea. A rush. The reason for that is just because I think he's probably going to perceive this as, okay, last time it didn't quite work, but if I hit a little harder, maybe it will. Oh, yeah. So we're going to get that wall ready. Going to keep spamming out the Zerglings. We're going to get a 3rd queen. Because we're probably going to lose at least 1. And once we get a couple defensive banelings, then we can maybe get a little bit greedy with our macro, but... So we saw him move out. I'm going to see if I can pull him back here. Because generally I'm pretty confident that what I have here is going to be enough that I can give him some trouble. Alright, so he is defensive. Those Zerglings that ran out, just probably positioning themselves to see if they can snipe something with some banelings, or maybe even just for scouting. I'm not sure. I didn't see on the minimap just how many there were. Should have gotten a better idea. We're going to go ahead and go all the way up to 4 gas, because we can be pretty certain he's doing that. Get that creep spread started. We never know when we're going to need a Swarm Host spine push mid-game. Oh, hello. Looks like he wants revenge for all the snipes I got. Can't blame him. That was pretty bad. I got a lot of them. So we're going to start lair, then start the Evo chambers. And we show Roach War in this game. I don't want him completely confident that what I'm going here is exactly the same. Alright, so layer started. I'm going to scoot these up, get our wall nice and clean. We just want something in the middle. Oh yeah, see, he's overcommitting to these again. Like, he's just blindly making these banelings, and it's just telling me, okay, I know where your gas is at. That's quite a bit quicker, but that paid for itself so well.
Forces are under attack. Some more overlords.
We're actually going to hold off on that third here. Spire timing needs to be quick. Very weird, but he's doing the exact same thing minus the counterattack.
Is under attack. Our drones are under attack.
Ah, that's going to go down. Not sure what to think of this. If we're ahead on gas, we win in the Muta battle, at least until his third gets saturated, which 1-1 Ling does a really good job of denying, so I'm going to say probably no to that.
Our forces are under attack.
We're not ahead on gas, though. This is trouble. I'll get back in the habit of using my backspace injects when I'm hurt for actions. Okay, so the fact he's not grabbing gas tells me there's probably actually roaches coming in here, not mutas. A little bit of split there, and
We require more vesting.
weird. You don't do this. Where is his? Okay, that's really weird. So the thing that's really weird here is he didn't grab his 5th and 6th gas right away. You don't do that in this situation because you're going to be too far behind in certain cases. Now, in this case, he won't be, but nevertheless, he's not capitalizing on his fast third, which he's probably going to get this denied, especially with the supply block.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to pull him back with these mutas. I see where we want to go here. We're going to pull him back with these mutas. We're going to go 2-2 Ling. I feel like probably playing this out into 3 base is going to be too dangerous. What we do want to do, however, is see if we can trade third for third, because that would be pretty cool. Now, one mistake I make when I'm going into this a lot of times is I forget to spore up. Hello. Well, actually, I'm just going to reset that drone count first and foremost, because since I've seen him moving into Roach, this actually tells me I've got something really fun here that I can work with. We're going to go for the 2-2 Baneling. 2-2 Ling Speed Bane. And he has no upgrades, so these 1-1 Lings are phenomenal. That's not good. Alright, so we got to pull him back. We got to kill that. So we need to actually jump off gas here. We don't really need that much gas for Banes. And that can be canceled. Okay. So these are just going to be annoying for a bit. May get a drone. I'm not too terribly worried.
Forces are under attack.
But I was really expecting to keep those mutas alive. And that not happening is really bad for me. Alright, so, given the macro advantage he's had for such a long time, this is going to probably turn into a Spore.
Forces are under attack. Metamorphosis.
This is going to turn into a Spore Swarmhost push.
More overlords.
I don't know that we have much else we can do. Whoa, I just got a stutter. I got plenty more where that came from, buddy. Running out of plenty more where that came from. That was just barely in time.
Mutation complete. The hive cluster is under attack.
So we don't need very many swarm hosts at all. This is actually going to be more than enough here. I hope these stutters are not my computer. We'll see. Because queens especially are going to start doing really well here. 2 carapace versus 0 upgrades on those mutas. Love it. And I'll have to check and see if the video's lagging after this. So I'm getting in-game lag. Alright, so this is going to be very all-in. No doubt about that. We're going to need 2 spores per position here. We want it to be really punishing if he tries to go for a base trade, because it's very, very likely. There's our swarm host. That's all we need. We don't need very many. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, clutch. Very nice. Everything's popping just in the nick of time here, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be enough. Alright, we're ready to go ahead and spam out the spores.
Our forces are under attack.
Whoa.
Our forces are under attack.
He's got redundancy there, so I'm actually going to head into his main.
Forces are under attack.
With this much of an upgrade advantage, yeah, I'll take that trade.
Our forces are under attack.
Whoop. Alright, so we want a little more gas mining here, just because we're about to mine out on those minerals, so gotta start making some use out of these. But he's had to pull back, that's really good. And we're about ready to actually push out here. Okay. That's really all I'm gonna need there. And now we're just going to keep adding just a few more swarm hosts because we... Whoa, that's really bad. Really, really bad. Yeah, see, swarm hosts in position, this gets spotted. Swarm hosts out of position, this probably loses the game. Too bad. Alright. So I really got to check for that lag. No lag? Alright. Yeah, you may have seen some lag when I just quit the game, but that's just because I alt-tabbed to check. I wonder what that in-game lag was about. But if it's not happening for you guys, good enough. But yeah, we were just too far behind there going into the mid-game. Let's watch that replay real quick. I read that he was going to hit some counter pressure, but he actually did not. And my meta block was too late to get anything done. So the first thing we want to look at is... It might actually be because of the music track I have on. I have noticed a lot of trouble with my audio card. That's why you guys have heard that hiss for such a long time on my mic. This sound card, well, it's on board. That's the first thing. Tools on time. Gas at 12. It's weird, it stops the music when you're no longer playing replay. Oh, gas at 58. That did it. That's a big deal. I thought I was quicker than that. Okay. Well, that was another ZVZ. 3 in a row, more than likely won't hit this guy. Let me see if I can lower my sound channels. Because I do want some music to be on, otherwise there's awkward silence. I hate awkward silence. "32 sound channels." Who needs 32 sound channels? Alright, looks like it's going to be nothing but ZVZ on Unranked. This will be the last Unranked. I don't want this to be too long of a video. I want to play one ranked after this just so we can compare what we've played thus far to the final result. But especially that last game. Actually, the game before that, I felt more in practice than that last game. Felt pretty sloppy this last game. I think knowing this is going to go to YouTube. No, that's the thing. All my streams have been going to YouTube lately, so I don't know that that's impactful. I don't know. It may just be that I don't have my normal music on and I'm not getting into the rhythm of just playing and thinking out loud. But I feel like it's more like I'm deliberately casting a game rather than just playing the game and thinking out loud. Constantly looking for what do I talk about next, rather than focusing on good play first and foremost. Well, practice makes perfect. So we'll just keep at it till it feels more natural. Nice thing about 3 of the same matchup in a row is you always get a chance to redeem yourself. So, got really good stacking. So far, so good. Next up, we just need to make sure they don't bounce like that guy did. Next up, we just need to make sure that we get our gas timing lined up and we can fix this 3-minute, 17-second metabolic, because that's just disgusting. My grandmother can do a better metabolic. Well, she'd probably be like at least 325, but I'm telling you. See, there it is. I'm just trying to do too much at once while talking. Just trying to get that stack fixed, which I can do if I'm not talking. And still get exactly 25 minerals when I drop my hatch, or extractor. And the end result was I lost minerals and I lost metabolic timing. It's just too much. You wouldn't think early game drone management would be such a big deal, but for 11 Liverpool it is. Stacking in particular is actually very impactful for 11 Liverpool. But I still don't recommend people try it until they're at least like diamond level, because otherwise you'll pretty much just slow down your mining. Like I've probably done this game, rather than improving it. Well, we'll see. Outlook looks bleak for a fast metabolic. That is what my magic 8 ball told me. Okay, well, it's better. 314, I can deal with that. It's certainly better than 317 or 316. At least my Sesame Street told me that that was faster. I usually try to trust Sesame Street. And we're actually putting our drone down at our natural at the right time. Okay. It's coming together here. I'm feeling it. Oh, okay, and the game's over. The game is over. The reason I say that is because we're going to go into his main, and we're going to be like, how many larvae do you have? Oh, not enough. Pretty much unless he has a baneling nest started right now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sloppy. Sloppy. It looked like that was open. There. It lies to me. Why does this game lie to me? Well, we did not see his baneling nest. That is sad. We saw his metabolic was started, though, so we're going to need to be on back on gas. This is going to hit really, really hard, though. Especially because our layer's faster. I like that. Oh, and that's amazing. So we're going to get something really cool out of this. One drone for 4 Zerglings. I like it. And now a lot of Zerglings for not very many Zerglings. Yeah. So I'm spamming out Zerglings right now. The reason is because this attack is super effective. Pokemon style. We got his trade. We forced a ton of Zerglings. We're now ready for Baneling Nest. Ooh, we're ready for Baneling Nest if I get back on gas. Pretty sure he's cut gas. At least until just recently. And we got a queen. So this is all looking Millhouse. If anyone gets that reference, you're as old as me. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So we're gonna probably, not quite all in, we're gonna show a lot of pressure, but I do actually want to still drone behind this, so there's the drones. This is gonna be an overlord, because holy crap, that's a lot of larvae. Clean on my injects. Was expecting to lose more zerglings than that, though. No baneling. Very good. Very, very good. Another queen. Oh, that is not the time anymore for banelings. Bro ham. Show me no queen. Yes! Yeah, boy. Dirty! Dirty, dirty, dirty. So, basically, what we had there was he tried to get really greedy with, his natural timing, which sounds kind of weird, but basically you would think he was playing a very safe build because he was pool first. He was also metabolic probably about the same time as me. It looked like we were identical. I'm not going to watch that replay because it was pretty straightforward what occurred. The reason it's greedy, and it might only be greedy against metabolic boost, or against 11 overpool, I don't really know, is because if he's anything but 11 overpool, with that expand, he's behind on larva by such a large degree that, as we saw there, my attack is really, really successful. Even if he kept those 4 zerglings back, I was still probably about 8 zerglings up. So if I don't see such a small zergling count, then I just wear down his nat and keep baiting zerglings out and getting some free cleanup and just repeating that process until he overwhelms me with the zergling numbers. That's the one tricky part, is I got to make sure to get out with my zerglings still intact. But as long as that occurs, I force a ton of zerglings while droning and teching into baneling for my defense of his counter. But in that situation, he let his 4 zerglings run by thinking he could maybe pull me back. I didn't take the bait, and it's really hard for him to defend with already a full larva inject deficiency and then also minus 4 lings. So there we have it. StarCraft Zerg overlay. That is awesome. I will keep using this one just because I feel like that one, it's like almost Carbot. Only a Carbot has the right to use that. That's such a cool overlay, though. Okay. Moving on. We're going to go on to ladder, because this YouTube video is already getting very, very long. Tons of bonus pool. That's what Final Fantasy will do to you, especially right after a division reset. Because I have had 2 division resets this season, and that'll probably be the last if I continue to play as infrequently as I have been. I may just be down to 1 whole division per season, which is okay with me for a while. Well, it is cartoonish just because it's, you know, StarCraft's. I stole your thunder. Yeah, it's too good of a time to use a Millhouse reference. Okay, I switched to Ranked, and my matching is slow. Unranked has been an auto queue. Not auto queue. Wrong game! Has been an auto match every time. Alright, it's a ZVZ day. So, I guess we're getting very practiced for a ZVZ. That's okay. Unranked player, a little strange.
We require more minerals.
Nice thing is turning down my sound channels did help the lag I was getting in game, so that's good. Just thinking about how sound channels work, I don't know why modern games push them so high.
We require more.
Do we really need 128 sound channels? I mean, I guess in a free-for-all you might use it. But other than crazy, you know, 4v4 or free-for-all situations, when are you really going to use 128 freaking sound channels? Diablo did the same thing. If I ran my sound channels at anything over 32, this computer has trouble. probably not a good sign, considering it's my motherboard. So nothing changes really. Still another 2-start map. Still ZVZ. We're just getting a chance to fine-tune what we did the last 2 games.
We require more minerals.
And I'm actually going to slow down the boxing a bit.
More minerals.
I can always tell when I'm boxing and I'm actually hurting my accuracy rather than helping it. You really want to gauge that if you're getting to the point that you start to do early game spam. Make sure it's beneficial, make sure it's productive. Because really the reason you box is to improve your mouse accuracy. So for example, right now I'm trying really hard to make sure I only select my drones. But if I'm sitting there boxing and I'm just grabbing whatever happens to be handy, and I'm doing it really fast, sure it's improving my speed, but when it comes time to grab something, it's going to take me 2 or 3 attempts rather than just 1. So if I have 1/3 the efficiency for 50% more speed, I still took a loss. Especially when you factor in just how devastating misclicks can be. I'm flying to the wrong location, as I always do on this map.
We require more minerals.
Alright. Moment of truth, guys. Looking pretty good. Looking real good. Oh, push it real good. Okay. Good, good. 313. Very happy about that. This looks like 11 over pool. I know, really weird. But it does. And that means we're going to actually start a second queen. Because he hasn't expanded yet. Oh, never mind. Well, I'm glad we started a second queen because this is not 11 over pool. So yeah, this has actually changed dramatically. Canceling the second queen. I got to look at his gas. He pulled back. It's pretty much just telling me, okay, let's go kill things really, really quickly here. There's other situations where I could have said, okay, this is looking a little dangerous. I'm going to let that second queen finish. But in this situation, it's definitely not it. He's just so far behind at this point economically. My counterattack will be absolutely just crushing. This was probably a 10-10. It's hard to say. It doesn't really matter too terribly much what kind of build it was. What matters is he's in a world of trouble here in a moment. 2 links for 1. Good trade there. Go ahead and get on gas. Start mixing in some drones. I didn't get a look at whether he was mining gas. So that's a bit of a whoops. I was hoping to tax his multitasking a little more than I did. So I don't know if I have banelings coming my way now. And given that he hasn't tried to expand yet, I'm going to play it safe, especially because I'm in the middle of droning. Get a spine. And then we're going to start a baneling nest to secure that spine bit. Alright, so he tried to run by, it worked out okay, he got my queen, so kudos to him. But I just got to look at his mining and it's super, super low. Let's get that baneling nest started. I don't know that there's too terribly much he's going to be able to do, but the one tricky thing is now I need another queen, and I don't know that that's minerals I can spare. Lost more drones actually than I thought there to his counter. So that's going to be his point of attack, if anywhere. I doubt he's going to really try and do too much here. Very gimmicky. So he got my queen, and that's basically telling him, okay, let's see what we can get done. So that's an interesting choice. I got to do something kind of irritating here, and that's shuffle this over, which does give him a bit of an opportunity here. Alright. So between the queen and the spine, I'm in pretty good shape here, as long as the queen doesn't move out of range of the spine. Now we can push him back a bit. Whoa there. Okay, so we've got a window here where we've got banelings and he does not. Great. So that is one happy mistake on our part. Whoa, he's trapped. I like me some trapped. Ah! That was such a bad play on his part, but I rewarded it because of bad spine positioning. I don't know if I could have squeezed through there. I really don't. It's hard to say. I don't think I could have squeezed through that queen. I think it was just barely a block. I'm not sure. Second time he's gotten my queen. And he's just, right now he's keeping himself afloat on larva advantage. That's really all it amounts to. A lot of banelings. So at this point, he's going to probably take a gnat. In fact, we're going to start checking for hidden here with one of these lings, because if he's not taking a gnat, then I don't know what his game plan is, but I can tell you it's probably not going to work out. Unless he just snuck in his more drones than I think he did, which I guess at this point is a possibility, because I have had him misread a few times here. But I have a feeling this is just a baneling all in. He's done enough damage, he feels confident it's going to be able to do something. There it is, okay.
We require more Vespine gas.
And this is worth it, right there. That's going to give my spine one shot per, or this baneling. This baneling's actually going to get it done. Never mind. There we go. Very nice, very, very nice. Beautiful. Huge cleanup for me. Let's take that gnat and, third queen. I'm tempted to grab a macro hatch here, because this is such a high micro game that I'm really getting sloppy with my resource spending, but I don't want to set myself up for a bad game later on here. Alright, so we've got the potential here to morph a whole lot of banelings. I think a little bit of a baneling turn here is going to be really strong. He read me really well here. Okay, good. We were able to delay him just enough. So the thing about these queens combined with this spine is momentarily here I'm going to be able to do quite a bit of macro. That morph time's really close, but good enough. That was pretty good. Zerglings dying for free is what made it not so good. I was trying to pull him back, but it was just a case of doing too much at once. Alright. We're not going to let him get in again. So we're going to go for 1-1 here into our third. Woo! No upgrades, no upgrades. It's getting really aggressive for some reason. So let's get some Nagas. Whoa.
Our forces are under attack.
Starting to feel a little more like myself.
We require more.
There we go. Excellent. These micro games, very fun. So we're gonna keep sneaking in drones. Ooh, get off there. But really, what we want to do here is use this 1-1 to secure a third here in a bit. And banelings, yay or nay? Nay.
Our forces are under attack. We require more victims. Our forces are under attack.
Oh, hello. That changes everything. Holy tech, Batman.
We require
So this will pin him, actually. This is a good hit, believe it or not. Really good hit. Huh. Alright, so we actually need to be off gas. This is really weird. He snuck in a lot more macro. And a lot more tech than I expected. I was actually way behind, and I thought I was pretty equal. So 1-1 Ling all in. Does pretty well against what he's doing, assuming he's not going into burrow. If he's going into burrow, then I'm in a lot of trouble. But I don't see much else I can do here. I pretty much have to hope that what I see is going to remain consistent, and he's actually going for Roach all in rather than Roach Bane all in. So we're going to build up. Yes, this is a coin flip. It's just one of those cases where is the coin flip my best course? Is it going to be the highest probability play I can make? Roaches, all roaches, good. Now the problem is, strike that. There's no problem. There we go.
We require more minerals.
Excellent cleanup. Go, go, go! Storm the front. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I like my Counter-Strike references. So he's morphing banelings right now. We're going to need to do a ton of damage here, so... Oh, excellent. Make sure that wall doesn't complete. And at this point, with the numbers advantage we have, I like this attack, actually. We're going to make sure we get that nat, though, because that's really the crux here. We're also going to get back on gas, because we may still need some tech. And we can actually drone. Oddly enough, we can definitely drone, just as long as we're spining behind it. Because really, we're just making sure we get his nat. Get ourselves ahead economically, even though he pulled ahead on drone count. And then we'll see if we can catch him out of position here. Oh, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it! Oh, well. Okay. I need to stop yelling at my opponent. That's just rude. A few more drones, and then more spines, because I can actually spin him really well here. And another hidden check. We are back in this. The one thing that actually concerns me quite a bit is... At this point, if I was him, I'd say, you know what, let's get desperate with the Nidus. Also, I'm going to need Overlord speed here in a bit. Alright, let's get on gas. This could be really strong. Oh, you're... Okay, I was going to say, if you're going to push for that, then... That's enough. Famous last words, I know, but I think that's probably enough spines given my low drone count. We're just trying to get enough economy that we can go all-in meta. Yeah, we're following an all-in with an all-in. What are you going to do?
We require more.
Alright, I just need to make sure that he doesn't get past this. Okay, I see where he's going with this. That'll work. Put you guys on hold position. Make sure he doesn't get up the ramp, because that's what he really needs out of this. Because this is a base trade at this point, absolutely. on a base trade where he is out-teched and very quickly behind on army as well. So need to make sure this wall is maintained as long as possible, because these guys are getting a lot of work done. Unfortunately, he will cancel that. So new tech down at the bay, down at the net. If I even keep, get it. Good, good, good. Okay, so he's out of drones, unless he managed to sneak one somewhere. He's out of drones. So drop this spire down here, and we're basically going to say, okay, group up, and see if we can sneak out a few Zerglings. Or mutas, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't see any mining for him. Every Zergling counts at this point, because I don't see any other bases. Ah! These Zerglings at this point are worth their weight in minerals, I guess it would be, yes. Minerals are what they're made out of, I'm pretty sure. Not gold. Fine, we'll distance mine that. I have mining, you do not. I like my logic, I feel like it's sound. Ooh, that should not have been an inject. What was I thinking? Come on, 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 come on! Ah, see, that's why that needed to be a transfer. We're just basically going to do another drone check here, because otherwise he's really going to be hurting here. No! No, I say. No drones allowed. Cool. Well, that was a really interesting game. So, ZVZ or not, I hope that was a fun way to end this little segment. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you enjoy this. I really do love making YouTube videos, making StarCraft YouTube videos, but it's kind of one of those where when I'm working full-time, I got to prioritize my time. And let's put it this way. I game for probably, this is going to sound horrible, probably 85% of my off-work time. And I know, I sound horrible, but for reasons I won't get into, I promised myself I would take a 1-year break from dating because I was basically becoming a serial monogamous. Without going into too much detail, it was my New Year's resolution. So I'm filling that time with all sorts of gaming because what the hell else would I do, right? It's either date or game. And so if I'm going to waste away that much time out of work, I got to make sure that it's a hobby that kind of pays for itself at least a little bit, or at least pays for my cost, which is fairly high considering how many games I play. So if I can make StarCraft YouTube videos that even do anything, like just get some viewers, keep people happy, and get a couple bucks, then great, it was worth my time. I made well below minimum wage, and I'll call it good enough. But if I'm unable to do that, it's kind of one of those where it's like, well, where do I apply my time? And I hate to think of it that way. It really sucks because I do love this game. But that's kind of the nature of it, unfortunately, is if I'm playing 50 hours a week and going to major tournaments and doing well in those major tournaments, then I'm probably making some good money. But anything else, StarCraft is just not really something that you can justify. We'll see. Okay, guys. You rock. Thanks a bunch for watching. Any of my Final Fantasy viewers who have started to subscribe and you watched this, you rock as well. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to probably do 2 games on my YouTube channel for now. I'm going to pick up a 3rd game. It might be Hearthstone. Might be Diablo 3 once the expansion comes out. Might be something else if I can get a hold of some kind of a Monster Hunter PC game, PC-based game, you know, get into Frontier or something, that I will. But the problem is if I stream Frontier, they're probably going to ban me because I'm from North America. I don't know. I'd like to get into a 3rd game, though. So let me know in the comments as well what game you guys would like to watch, because variety is nice. All right, guys. For anyone watching on the stream, I'm going to kick on the normal music, and we're going to go to a normal stream here. Ooh, creepy music. I kind of want to leave it on, but I gotta turn it off, otherwise it's gonna be really, really annoying when I turn on the other music. But holy crap, the Heart of the Swarm soundtrack actually sounds Zergy. That is so cool. The Wings of Liberty Zerg soundtrack sounds like, I don't know, mainstream. It's like the difference between modern Nine Inch Nails and old Nine Inch Nails. Old Nine Inch Nails was Zerg. Modern Nine Inch Nails was StarCraft 2 Zerg. But the Heart of the Swarm, good music. Okay, anyways. Let's get... Yeah, I will put up a subscribe button during that portion. That's good. What do we want to listen to? I feel like after all that intensity, ZVZ is a very stressful matchup. There we go. It's probably a little out. There we go. Alright, guys. So, congrats on getting into Hearthstone, man. I still have not, for whatever reason. Very annoying. Now we're going to get to Real Ladder, because that was a very fun warm-up. I actually should have analyzed that last game. Whoops, I will do that for the next video. But I've already started the music, so if I were to add this into the current video, it would be ruined. Alright, so let's get some train suplexing action. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Let's get some train suplexing action, because that's what you've got to do. And let's get, there we go, let's get Bill. He's running to help suplex the train. Check my email. I will after this stream. Maybe I did get some invites, because I have like 5 freaking accounts registered for the beta, and no luck whatsoever. Alright. I need a glass of water after all that talking. 1 second. Ah, I just got H2O'd. That's not a verb. Or an adjective. I guess that would be an adjective. I just got done H2O'ing. There we go, that's a verb. Yeah! This is what I was actually hoping for when I was casting, but that's okay. ZVP on Whirlwind, so fun. And actually something I've been having a little trouble with. Certain positions can be tricky. Oh, Jeebus, we started the free company. So if you want an invite to that, get in touch with me when you're on next. Because it sounds like you're not going to be on too terribly much. So I'll make sure to get you in beforehand. That way when you do come on, you can get that experience bonus. We'll get that started pretty quick, probably. I hate when people ask for them. It's like, okay, what's next? ASL? It's just like, we're playing a game of StarCraft here. Let's play the game of StarCraft. Being social is one thing, but let's chat about StarCraft if we're going to chat. Let's not chat about taking long walks on the beach and having a preference for Italian food. Should have been like, yo dog, did you see that new patch? And I'll be like, damn! I That's not really what we would talk like, but I can pretend. Ooh, boxing a little too fast. It's messing up my stacking. Feeling pretty clean. Agua. I'm not seeing a probe yet. We're gonna be a little cautious with this Overlord. I'll take the probe. I don't necessarily feel like there's going to be anything too terribly surprising coming out of him here. A little bit distracted there. That Overlord's going to be a little late, but not too bad. These can turn around now. Aha! Oh, oh, you. You're about to die, but you're definitely called lucky. You, sir. No, he's Big Jim. He took a beating. He's gonna die. It's not necessarily lucky. He is definitely doomed to at least die a very I don't know, zappy, what's the word there? Zappy death. I don't know. He's gonna die, okay? He just did. But he is a Big Jim, because holy crap, he took those hits like a boss. What a tank. He can tank for me any day. Almost sounds gay when I say it like that. Oh, I just thought that. I'm like, that is a very awkward statement. Hey, baby, want to tank for me? Oh, that is just really almost creepy awkward. It's like a really, really weird, I don't know, MMO pickup line. I'll never do that again. Yeah, I will. That'll be hilarious. And awkward. Thus far, nothing too terribly surprising. We're making that spine maybe a little faster than if we had seen Forge first, but that's about it. Everything's pretty straightforward here. Yeah. Hive cluster's under attack. There's your Zealot. Here's Zealot Mothership core pressure. We're up to 5 queens, so that's really cool. We're going to go up to 4 gas. We're going to make a spore and another spine. And we're going to go metabolic before layer, just because we have a very healthy Zergling count, and we've seen Gateway first, so we might as well use it. Oh, hi! Alright, so queens pretty much hold this. 1 transfuse on the way. Good enough. Yeah, queens pretty much hold this, especially if that spine finishes. Layer, go. Sentries are not coming out. Stargate, there we go. We needed to see what we were up against, and now we know. So now we just need a little bit better spine coverage here, and that's about to finish, so that'll be good. So now that we know we're up against Stargate, we're really comfortable to go into those Zerglings. Did it just seriously make a Tempest sound? I'm pretty sure it just made a Tempest sound. I was like, where the hell is a Tempest coming from? I hope I'm not hallucinating, because that would be really unfortunate. Oh, wow. Okay. So that tells me so much about what he wants to do. This is a gateway all-in. You don't make those stalkers way up top unless that's what you're going for. So that Overlord, yes, he died. Yes, he paid for himself. And we're actually going 1-1 Ling here for a bit. So we're upgrading our Lings, because Void Rays are typically accompanying this, not Phoenix. I take that back, we're not going Muta. I was thinking we might go Muta. Now that I look at the situation, typically a player who's in this situation, they wanted to go Stargate all in. Once they recognize you're on 3 base, however, they're going to go ahead and just go into a third. There's the Phoenix moving out. Pretty sure it's real based on what I saw, unless he canceled that Stargate. And we need to get a block up. Lord Speed's on its way. Ooh. No upgrades, I like that. A little bit of micro, and this ends up a very clean exchange. Oh, it's one of those. Oh, that's a little strange. Here, I was thinking that was just a Phoenix shooting at my Overlords, so I didn't react to it very quickly. Phoenix, that's kind of cute. I don't necessarily know, or yeah. God, you can tell I'm out. You know what I mean, guys. Zappy thing from the air. Has a much stronger flashlight than the Sentry. Okay, there we go. So, not Phoenix. Interesting. Yeah. Swarmhost Spore Queen push is going to be really strong. He's still going to need Phoenix if he wants to shut down the block on his third. Because I'm going to keep spamming out these Speedlings. Very, very strange. Alright, so we're going to start the Missile and the Carapace. We're going to keep spamming out Queens, because why not? Ooh. It's one too many. Not that much spam. And now Swarmhost can begin. That's not quite worth it. Oh, that's not enough Sentry energy, though. Good enough. We're ready to expand. We're basically just saying, okay, let's keep shutting down those. Let's keep shutting down those expansion attempts. Glad he didn't notice that. And then just immediately pump out a ton of Swarm Hosts when we see an opportunity. But keep in mind, I'm not too terribly worried about staying on equal base count with him. So the key there is when we see an opportunity. Because he's really going very, Why did he warp those? He's really going very Zealot heavy, which tells me his gas has to be going somewhere, obviously, but... charge. Okay, well, yeah. Just 2 base Swarm Hosts all in this. He's showing me nothing that says this is a problem. Hi there! Start my hive, because that's kind of important for an all-in. We're going to start our lair, but we're not really going to drone it. Or our third. We're not really going to drone it. More Zerglings. Do want to shut down his pylons. I also want to be scooting around looking for hidden still, because that's really what's going to put him back in this. And yeah, that's a lot of Swarm Hosts all at once. This is going to be very surprising for him. Especially because he's really planning on these charge lots getting a lot done. Okay, he's got detection, so I'm going to need Overseers. Ooh. Probably accompany this with Spores. Actually, no, he's going to start doing charge lot drops. That's what I would do. And this is good. We're going to have a lot of gas ready for the Viper transition anyways. Expanding towards our opponent, so this is going to be very easy to defend this third. There's the Vipers. No, no, come on. Let me say there's the Vipers. I want to say there's the Vipers. Did I start both? Oh. There's the Vipers. See, I said it. Told you I was going to say it. Alright, so I was really expecting something very different from him. Defensively. And we're going to do something kind of clever here. Clever-ish. Just basically cut down that surface area a bit. Trying to get in the habit of doing this kind of thing. This will give him as little surface area as possible. Really, if he's committed to it, I'm not going to be able to do too much to these, but... Ah, High Templar. Again, really not concerned about my drone count. In case you can't tell. This is that all-in base trade. Works really well on these positions as well. There it is. So now we're going to take another step here and start even cutting off his... Ooh, I see where he's going with that. I can dig it. Unfortunately, he's... What? What is this MMR? He's too far out upgraded. He's like going to be tickling these queens. What has happened to my MMR? So I guess we're just going to spam out Vipers. I mean, he's making a lot of High Templar, but as long as I keep my energy low, which it's not low enough here. As long as I keep my energy low on these Vipers, this High Templar, all they're going to do is just prevent me from heading an abduct, but they're not going to kill me outright. So this will be my energy dump. Oh, come on, don't you dare. Yeah, you're so far at upgraded. This is just way too much transfuse efficiency. Look at that. That was so many charge lots for it to just not even get anything done here. Ah, all those. Oh well. Oh, hi. I did that. Yep, that was me. Like a pro. Haha, cute. I completely forgot about that thing. So let's check for that extra base that we know he wants. And we got to start getting some abducts going here. We're really getting to the point here I'm going to go ahead and force the trade. Oh yeah, I'm going to force the trade. He probably had that one before his third. He's having to storm those. That's really good for me. Pretty basic statement there, I guess. Really, the spores are going to get the work done here. Even just one would be good. Pretty please. There we go. But yeah, we want to be dumping this energy because we never want him to have successful transfusions. That would be the worst possible scenario. Or successful feedbacks. And by that I mean he kills one. As long as he doesn't kill one. He can drain it and damage it, but then I'll transfuse through it. But yeah, I mean, he sacrificed a ton of upgrade advantage for this. So, yeah. There's those High Templar. They're up front. We pull back.
We require more Vespene gas.
lighter on spores than I'd like to be. I need some speedlings just to start harassing the edges of the map. We need a lot better creep sped. There's the trade. So we've got enough here. We can chain this very easily. I'd say we can chain 2. There we go. That'll work. Oh, yeah, why not? Oh god, I can't help but just giggle like a schoolgirl when that happens. Like, that's just not how it's supposed to play out. Yeah, when in doubt, expand towards the opponent. that was fun, I gotta say. We need more speedlings here. Because the only thing I'm concerned about here is a hidden. Looks like Swarm Host Spore is going to do the trick over here. So Queen Viper is going to get the work done up top. Wow, guys. Really, really great pathing there. Really great. My compliments to... I don't know that the chef really makes any sense. To the queens. See if I can pull one. There we go. I baited it well enough. Need to split just a few off, because we're about to take out his detection, so I do like that. And I don't want them distance mining, that's the big issue there. Alright. Fun game. Very scrappy. So that's where his High Templar are, that's where they're going to go to. Actually, it really is in my best interest to defend my mining right now. Speedlings are going to help me out so much. Okay, let's go ahead and get a spawning pool, I guess. We're going to start getting a wall up here. Roachhorn actually would even be good. Hello. A lot of stuff you got there. So we're going to have a little switch here. What can I make? I can make Vipers. Big issue here is I have no spores up front. Needed that. That's fine. What are your upgrades like? better. Still not able to keep up with my carapace though, so Zerglings could technically engage him. We can't get greedy with our Swarm Host positioning here. Alright, I think I like roaches actually. Suicidal Swarm Host right there. Not good. Not in this scenario. Can't afford to have any of those. Hello. That is worth so much! That's just a redundant Roach Warren. Yeah, I feel like just maxing out here is going to be really helpful. Because I'm able to keep his supply count relatively low. Oh. Okay. I'm actually being a lot more passive than I should be. I thought he had more economy than that. Huge spread. Vipers need to be up front. I'd rather lose Vipers than Swarm Hosts in this scenario. This is going to be pretty brutal. I don't know if he can break this position. Not with this many Vipers out. More energy on him than I'd like, but that's okay. Scoot up just a little bit here. And we're ready to start pulling with Vipers. I don't want him seeing him coming. Check for another hidden. Otherwise, I'd say we've got this. A little too much momentum. Fun game. See, that's what I was meaning about Whirlwind, is in close positions, either vertical or horizontal. It really does play out very strange compared to what you would expect for a macro map. So he had me heavily at macro. It's just that upgrade advantage he allowed me to have. Like, I was at 3-2 when he was still 0-0. I don't know that any amount of macro is going to make up for that disadvantage against Swarm Host Queen. Like, my army value never even came close to pulling behind his. He was just way too greedy, and even though I didn't properly punish it because I didn't scout that fourth, going down before the third, it just doesn't even matter when you've got that much of a disadvantage against Swarm Hosts. Yeah, I really should. I always forget I can do that. No, I haven't. Feel free to link it, Hydroslick. And that game deserves a Joffrey slap. Been too long. Just checking to see if I got in the beta, since it sounds like a lot of people did. But it doesn't look like it. So many accounts and still no invite. Why does Blizzard hate me, guys? Why do they hate me so much? It's just because they know I was really good at Magic and they don't want me to throw off their balance. I'm telling you, that's their reason. This is actually a compliment that they haven't invited me. Yuck. Ah, that sucks, Nazareth. How did you get 2? That's cheating. Alright, I got time for one more game, then I gotta get going. Lame. That is so cheating, Naz. I tried stacking from the side, and I found I actually bounced more rather than less, but if there's a way to do it that helps, then I'll give it a try. I used to always stack from the side, and it actually created issues rather than helping. ZVT, getting all the matchups in. Good stuff. So I think for this map I'm going to start playing a little more Roach Baneling heavy, a little less Muta heavy. The travel distance isn't high enough that I feel like there's a lot of reaction time for the Mutas. Like I find myself often not even getting much damage done before I have to turn around. Or just forcing a base trade, and since it's such short travel distance, again, base trade's really weird too. So, I don't know. We'll see what he opens. It really just depends on that. If he opens anything quick starport, I pretty much have to go Muta.
We require more minerals.
But I used to do really, really well just staying on layer tech, or staying on layer tech with really heavy Roach Baneling count. Nas remembers those days. Actually, I think it was a build Catechin first came up with. But I stopped because of medevac speed. But I think a few mutas are enough to really even that score, and then I can go back to full Baneling Roach. So like 8 to 12 mutas probably will be enough to shut down the medevacs, at least to discourage them. So this patrol's pretty interesting. I'm actually not gonna run all the way up with that Overlord, because if this is a 1-Rax expand, that could be really problematic. More than likely, he's command center first. Generally, he wouldn't be stalling me out with this, with these SCVs like that if it wasn't. Odd map from the command center first on, but it's not unheard of. Find out here in a moment. Huh. Why would you stall me out? No, there it is. Okay. Cool. So, pretty good. Got an SCV. Prevented him from making it high ground. I'm not sure if he made it high ground or prevented him from making it low ground. I'm not sure if he made it high ground in a reactionary fashion or if he'd already dropped it. Either way, it helps me out a little bit. Come on, boys. Huh? Would have been worth it had I reacted a little quicker. Would have gotten that Marine for free. Even with good micro. But as it stands, I just got a couple noms. So with this open, it's really hard to predict where he's going with this. In about 7 minutes, we're going to Overlord Suicide to confirm what we're up against. I'd say Hellions are pretty much a given. Widow Mine's into the mid-game, very likely, but never want to really assume. Not just based on metagame alone. Since Terran can go so many directions at this stage of the game. Well, just the one spine for now. And I'm going to send him in now, because by 7 minutes he'll be arriving. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and go defensive Roach Warren. And go up to 4 gas. There they are. Why would it cancel in that order? Shenanigans. Yeah, we're going layer before roaches. I should have started that layer sooner. Thus far from what I'm seeing, I'm going to really like mutas, actually. But we'll see. Depends on where his gas is going. Oh, hello. We are really going to like mutas. Six roaches it is, because we've got stim on the way here. Get the Burnling Nest. don't need 2. I have a drone count here. We just want to get up to 6 gas. Still undecided as to whether I'm going to go Roach Baneling heavy or Muta heavy. Ooh, looking very, very likely for Muta heavy. I thought it was still only on the 2. Just moving across as long as possible so that it looks a little spooky. And let's get some creep coverage, because he may have actually already taken that expand. That's bad of me. Love it when it lines up like that. Huh. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I'm actually going to hold off on... I want a big spawn of mutas here. So we're going to free up that capability with some spines. Because it's pretty much either do I get Baneling speed or do I get some spines. See if we can poop some more creep. Now we need some drones. We cannot poop more creep, but we can potentially get a ton of damage up there. I don't think he suspects the mutas, actually. What's your upgrades? Ooh, that's not enough. Oh, nice. Ah, see, this is why you do not put the new spawn on a control group. It always screws me up. Had that been one group that I could lump in with my ground army and one group that I could keep the harass going with, this would have been so much more effective. But I was forced to make some bad decisions because I had rallied the control group for my mutas. And you just never do it. You just never do. Even when you think it's going to be safe, you're going to find out otherwise. Okay, so this is a map I can go a little quicker storm host, but they really need to just trickle in. We are on equal basis, so that's good. Really, until I'm at 3-3, I can't have more than like 4 swarm hosts, but they're really just to put his Widow Mines in check. That's going to be enough on the mutas. I actually would rather Banelings here for a bit as my gas dump. So basically he's waiting for 3-3 and then he's going to hit me with a huge 3-base timing. It's going to be scary. It's really hard to deal with even if you know it's coming. See, he's already building up the turrets to free up his Marines and his Widow Mines. He's already in position. Oh, if he lets that die, I'm a happy camper. He did not. Alright, so that certainly could have worked out worse, certainly could have worked out better.
Our forces are under attack. The hive cluster. Mineral field depleted.
So it's basically just a big game of stall them out until we're able to get, Banelings. Basically a game of stall them out until we're able to get the 3-3 so that we can really start getting something going with Stormos.
Mineral field depleted. The hive cluster is under attack.
Yeah, no Banelings really hurting me here. I don't have a match for upgrades, so this is going to be it. I can't keep up with him, even with Transfuse. Maybe a little bit of a hug here will do the trick, but I doubt it. Yeah. It's just nothing you can do when you lost all your lings and you can't morph any Banelings and you're behind by 2-2 on upgrades. And I didn't recognize my mineral float early enough. Pretty much just need to blindly make a macro hatch the moment my third drops, but I always get greedy and say, well, I'm going Mutus for a little bit. Let's not. Such a strong game for me. I was in great shape until the very end there, because generally 3 base versus 3 base versus Terran, very favorable for me anymore. Hey, doing good, Strychnine. Alright, time for me to get going. Thanks a bunch for watching, guys. Had fun.